TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
He originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Tonight, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The punter Logan Cook set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. 37 on 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that one complete downfield to Allen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week.
Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Trayvon Walker coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make...
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. League, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian Kirk, a 16-yard touchdown run, as his guys have now moved out in front. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, and wasn't it in? Picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the end zone.
Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a success.
Herbert now. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Josh Allen, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Steps away and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
After the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. scrimmage. Again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with ETN. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this 3rd quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, an 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them up.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Xander Horvath taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it. It's a throw again as Lawrence. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Patterson on, a lot of pressure on this kick. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. Face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Lawrence going to keep it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Play action. It's Herbert. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. They find some open field here. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. The 40. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. A fourth down. They felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yes,
here as they hope to convert the first down. Now it's Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Jags force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Once more, ETN. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it without in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
He's got it. Touchdown. Mike Williams on the touchdown throw from Justin Herbert.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
Down to the right leg of their kicker. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Jaguars have won the game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.